Hello guys, welcome back to the ESL Weekly Cup number 39, and we do indeed have TCG versus Team Exaltation. Just going to turn up the volume for you guys here in game. Just join them here. We have the actual overlays are currently incorrect, so you're going to have to apologise while I do that. I think Nick's back with me. Are you here, Nick? I believe you are still muted if you are trying to speak.
Damn it.
It's all good.
I have the same problem.
It's okay. So I'll just while I quickly change the names of these two teams, we do have TCG on the red team and we have Exaltation on the blue team. I just need to quickly change it.
Actually was pretty much equal, 150-150 for a couple of seconds there. Now TCG has gotten control over the keep, so they're gonna get a couple of more points with the 2 cap now. I don't know what happened before because we are jumping right into the middle here. I had a look at the last couple of team fights here, and currently TCG is in control, and it doesn't look like they want to go for anything more than a 2 cap, which of course actually no team really has to, but they often choose to just in case have a bit of aggression. But now we actually have a lot of fighting going on between the 2 points of TCG. We have 8 team, right? It's a mixture of Exaltation, sorry.
Exaltation, that's it indeed, yeah, because we've just jumped into this match and I've just spelled Exaltation wrong. Just noticed I've spelled that wrong. We're just kind of catching up here, guys, so you just have to...
we have Jose going for Swan here, but Sizer kind of in the proximity there. Don't know why he doesn't want to go for it. Having a bit of trouble with Prototype, maybe he wants to clear that up first, but that might mean he's already too late to steal the Swania. Now Swania is going to Exaltation, which brings them a bit more into the game. We also have some Chief Tank going on in the middle of a team fight, but nobody really wants to attack him.
Awesome, yeah, he's actually he's just reset as well. Everyone's kind of just backing out. So this game's actually really bloody close at the moment as well. So 292, almost 300 to Piss and Sig, and to the blue team is Exaltation. I actually, were they called PNC? I'm not sure. Actually, yeah, they are called PNC. I'll call it PNC because it's a bit more political. It's
I call it TCG.
Or TCG. We do have...
Or Team Miss, actually. Although Ezra, I don't know if he's a sub or always going to play with him.
Texby as well is in there as NG as well, in place of... I guess Denshi, Ezra in place of Denshi or Phantaram, and these guys all play together pretty solidly all the time. So really, it's a Team Miss team that it plays together quite a lot. I'm not too sure about Ezra, but yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of fighting going on in between the points of Team Mist. I'll switch around to the red team in between both points, which kind of actually meant a good opportunity for Exaltation to go in on some point, but they didn't manage to get the team fight quite to their side. Now we have the entire focus on the midpoint, 4v4, both Elementalists defending the own close point, or well, no, the far point.
Yeah, and Drez has actually moved into mid as well now, so he's actually pushed to make up for the fact that currently Kyle is trying to res up just down on the top of the roof up there. I'm not sure that TCG Team Miss or PNC are aware of that currently in the moment. It does look like Sizer was getting a little bit of focus on him. He's actually just going to engage back onto the point now as well. He is still stealthed, so he's actually going to get caught there. A couple of interrupts coming on them.
And Sizer really aggressive with almost no health there going on Kahel, but he has the support of Hailseth and also somebody else. I think Taxby was in there. Tage now trying to walk around the keep to get his... And there we go, a backstep from Kahel brings down Tage. He's really in the middle of all these TCG players and trying to pick out the people.
Yeah, good job.
Stealth stomping, nice job there.
Oh, that's nice. Seeing the Guardian stealth stomp, a very good job actually. Yeah, nice to see. and they're having a few problems. This fight is still, you know, there's only a couple of ticks left for the red cap. Oh, Sizer actually ported onto point. Not sure that was intentional, actually. But Blue do indeed have that 2 cap. So now they can possibly come into this game. It is still quite clear, about
and
80 points, though.
Going for the D cap on the hand.
Oh, so good job, Kyle.
2 points for the blue team, and none at the moment ticking for the red team. He has to pull out now. Kyle can't really do much against those, although Toad moving in to maybe keep the decap and really get going on making a bit of a comeback. They got the chieftain
kill as well,
really making a comeback. We have still 30 points lead on the side of the red team, but that's really shrinking fast.
Oh yeah, because Texaby actually did a nice shield knockback there as well, just on point on mine. He was able to stop oh god, I can't even see his name there, Drazis, sorry, from actually coming into, he got on the point just as the decap was about to happen, but unfortunately, yeah, that knockback came out, and now he's actually returning the favour of a couple of his own. So this 1v1 over on the mine point is really going to last for a considerable amount of time, really, because they've got quite a lot of survivability. Texaby with that heal, of course, and some shield action.
Toad is having lots of problems against 4 guys on the henge. TCG really want to clear that one up, even doing a double stomp, which is kind of unnecessary, but at this stage doesn't really make much of a difference. Ezra kind of has to, although it doesn't have to stay there, we have the portal from Helseth, so he could actually move away, and Cahill not going for the decap, of course. Ezra now moving away.
Exaltation, yeah, cleaned up over on the mine, and they're actually, I think they're engaging on boss. Sizer was? I was trying to pull him off onto the side.
Oh, that's
dangerous.
That's a dangerous move.
Really very dangerous. Like, especially when the 2 caps in favour of blue. I mean, maybe they're going to try and... Oh, Sizer's just waiting. Look, he's just waiting in stealth.
In a couple of seconds, we are going to see a switch, and now we have the lead for Team Exaltation. They really turned it around last minute now. The Svanir could be a deciding factor here, but nobody really wants to go for it. Sizer trying to first clear up the 1v1 against Cahill to not run the risk of him stealing. We have 2 thieves on there.
Oh, TCG kill on boss!
TCG, and that is
lucky. Oh, wow.
Last second.
Helseth. Sorry, not Helseth, Sizer. Oh, maybe it was Helseth. It was Helseth as well, yeah.
Whoever got that.
Good move there from...
I'm really sad that we kind of jumped in this, well, so late.
So late, yeah. But it looks like, I mean, Team Exaltation really had Team Mist kind of on the, you know, on the other end of that. Now maybe they should have just disengaged, I don't know, to force them to try and go for the burst, and did what Team Mist, TNC did, but really good from those guys, and in the patience that was kind of leading up to that boss kill. Really nice job. And we're back.
I'm just typing, so... Oh, okay. You beat me.
So I'm not sure exactly what's going on with this arena, because we're back in the same map. So
somebody might have screwed up the settings.
I'm just going to go back to the caps. Just going to go back to the caps. So hello. Just came into a really exciting game there.
Yeah, and kind of... I had some problems getting into it. I hate really rushing into a game in the middle. Kind of first need to find your way around, well, first who's playing, and then what actually has happened. We don't know what happened in the first couple of minutes because we just got in here. Having a round of 16 kind of screws up the timing here and there, as we've noticed.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. I mean, it's pretty different. So yeah, we're kind of having to rush through again. And yeah, hey ho.
So somebody has to change the arena to Legacy.
Yeah, indeed, they really do. They really do.
Do we actually have the mod for the arena here?
I don't know. I'm trying to have a look to see if we have. I mean, it looks like we've got. It doesn't. We haven't got anyone. Okay. Oh well. Here we go. I think someone's going to. Yeah, it's Team Exaltation's arena, so they're responsible for doing that. So we're gonna. Okay. I'm just gonna jump. Hopefully.
Settings changed. We'll see if it works. But yeah, we had a really close match there. Really, the deciding factor being the Svanir. and TCG deciding to go for it and not pulling back. Although creatures are always a bit of a gamble. You can make it as sure as possible just by really saving up your burst, saving the steal, the backstab for the last couple of seconds, which means with the steal is easy. At least a little bit easier than with other things. Otherwise, Team Exaltation looked like they were actually going to pull off the comeback there. It was a close match. We had really TCG kind of overcommitting to Henge with 4 people. They wanted to get that, and who was it against Taxby? Who actually got the cap there?
Drazi was over on the mine versus Taxby.
Did he get the cap, or was somewhere else when that happened?
Kyle got the cap over on Henge, and then the Exaltation Toad Guardian came onto point as well, and then I think they all of TNC kind of jumped into the point to, like you said, try and burst them down as quickly as possible.
I tried to apply some pressure, but it wasn't quite enough, but the creature kill did it in the end. So
it's nice
great.
Patience.
I would have loved to see the first couple of minutes of that game.
Yeah, same as well. It looked like a pretty good one, actually. So guys, we do apologise for that, but like we said, we've got a couple of different things happening at the moment as well. We're both in different places because I'm streaming today. So hopefully, and Nick's not. So yeah, we're in both different situations because I have to get some streaming.
It's
practice.
so weird, especially in the breaks.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here, stuff is happening around me, and I can't do anything.
I'm sorry. I feel bad now. Okay, should we go through some builds, or should we just go straight into the game?
I don't know if we're gonna get too much.
Let's go straight into the game, maybe. We can go over some builds during the game.
Well, during might be something. We've actually got Sizer and Rune of the Pack to pick out some of the special things here. Rune of the Pack, I think I've seen that once before. Rune
Okay.
of the Pack on Thief.
That's pretty interesting. You don't see it much though.
No,
Let's
not
have a
that
look
much.
at Sigil of Air, obviously.
We've got Traveler for Hailseth on the Shatter Mesmer.
Yeah, Mesmers are using that more, definitely.
They're using it a bit more, but had a strength on Misha with 55.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just trying to find Tear as well, because sometimes I'm not sure if he ever used... I think he's full Nightmare as well, because you can use that Traveller for the option. But I do believe he used to be 46004. I'm not 100% sure, but now it's gone to 06404 build as well, going for Terramancer options. So having a look at the splits, I'm just going to go through this very quickly. Just having a look at the Necro and the Kael going straight over towards Quarry, which is only going to be hit really by Texaby, and the person you don't want in that matchup will be the Necro. So someone needs to make sure they're going to protect him. Sizer and also the Ellie on the team of TNC look like they're going to be able to support him when that happens. So 2 to mid at the moment for the blue team and red team as well. Helseth on mid versus Toad currently. Angie Wall looks like he was going to retreat, but coming back into the midpoint as well, with of course Tage as the other Guardian there. But looks like possibly Toad's going to do a rotation switch over towards the Quarry. As
trying to get a decap on the waterfall, but not really getting there. Dreze pretty quick.
Yeah, good job there.
But leaving
as well.
a portal, so he has the pressure of the portal without actually being there, which is always really good if a Mesmer does that. Kind of gives a pressure advantage there. 1v1 in mid, and we have a bit of support for Toad coming in there. Prototype is still alive. That's a bit surprising with the pressure they had on there. Immediately really forced him into the plague.
Yeah, I mean he had no option there as well. Look at that, just dropping into the to the Shadow Refuge as well was a really good move to take any pressure off him as well. But he needs to. I think they're thinking about pulling out this fight. Toad's doing a good job at just bunkering down on that node at the moment to keep it contested. And it does look like Ted's going to rotate into mid. Just try and take Tage down as well, because I'm wondering how many of Tage's... Yeah, all his cooldowns are really up as well. I mean, sorry, down. Sanctuary's all still up as well. Renewed Focus is being used currently, so he needs some support as soon as possible. Doing a nice little parkour onto the side of that that kind of bit of rock building thing. Oh my god, I can't talk.
The placement of the Sanctuary was quite fun.
That was good.
Not bad, not bad. Maybe not the most useful thing, but he managed to get out of there. Now, they managed to actually survive this little pressure action from Exaltation on the midpoint. That is really good. I kind of thought that Team Mist was going to go for that in the opener because they were positioning themselves with 3 people, but they cleared up the quarry situation first, let them have the waterfall to play it a bit safe, and now the cap is really far into Exaltation territory, with blue almost completely filling up the circle.
Yeah, really.
That's
I mean,
some quality commentary, filling up the circle.
losing you. See, we caught on the back foot here when we came into this game, so we need to catch up. We didn't get our coffee and drinks, you see, or our milk and cookies, or whatever you want to call it. But just to note something with Tear Prototype, even though he is the focus at the moment, he's probably the focus a majority of the time. But how Exaltation are rallying around him when he's going down and quite low on HP is just absolutely awesome, and how they're supporting him in these team fights as well. And even in the 1v1s, he's had a lot of support.
Trying to get him up. He
what happened to
ported
these
out
guys?
right when he was going down, went down on the conditions. So we have Cahill now applying some pressure on him. Just a little bit of bleeding out, but kind of getting rid of him as well, because there's always maybe Sizer going in there with a stealth brass. That is quite dangerous. And now where'd the mid fight go? It kind of exploded on us.
Well, I mean, Helseth and they died up there, and then someone died in mid. I just lost who it was. I think it was Drazir. He's actually just running back into the fight now. Sorry, it was Tear Prototype who went down the focus there, and those guys didn't actually get a hit on, so they weren't actually rezzed off that down because Prototype actually went down before Helseth did up on top. So they're all coming back into the mid now, and it's very much a mid-focused fight. There is no one going to although saying that, Prototype is currently running into the close point of the red team at the moment. So good move. Kaio as well, starting to split this team up, because it does feel like PNC could probably actually take that mid fight if they weren't split up in the end, which was a very, very good move from them. Kaio and Tear Prototype working very, very well. And of course, versus Texaby, the Necro is never going to be fun. And Tear Prototype doing a good job of getting on point, trying to stick off those blinds and any extra conditions on Helseth, which is really going to screw him over. And also Kaio coming in with some damage, really doing a number down on Helseth over on the quarry at the moment.
Texby actually leaving on full HP and not trying anything, not trying to do something against the stomp on Helseth, just trying to outrun Cahill. Maybe not a bad idea just to get Cahill, the pressure from Cahill away from Helseth when Sizer got in there and actually had the short opportunity to have a res on Helseth. Now Tage going in, he of course brings the sustain, brings the support. They got Prototype down. Cahill not really the person that wants to bring on a rest there, going down himself almost.
Yeah, that's the reason Texaby unfortunately wasn't able to come back and going for the res. I didn't normally. I mean, you could go for an Elixir S res, or also a combination with the Toss Elixir S as well to get stealth to try and stop the stomp. But he didn't have that on cooldown as well. And the rotation's good. Sizes come back over towards the quarry as well. They've actually looks like they're going to possibly switch this in their favour. But Toad has done a good job of coming into this point. So anyone that is going to be able to survive on this point for a considerable amount of time is him, and he's going to be able to get support, and that support is in the form of Tear Prototype, who's just arrived on the point, hopefully, but maybe for them.
Didn't get the jump. There is a little bit too late to
Elixir S stomp. Good job.
Do anything against the stomp, but he is on point. He can keep it neutral, and currently that's really going in favor of Exaltation here. They're gathering the points. We almost have a 100-point advantage at the moment already, almost double the points if they keep the situation like that for a bit longer. Sizer going for the 1v1 with Prototype. We have Helseth. Will he get the decap? Well, he might actually. We have Kale back. Kale is quick. He's actually using Heartseeker to move quicker.
Good job. Good job of getting on the point there. He just saved Exaltation for a cap there as well, and Helseth was able to get off.
He would have been quicker if he switched to short bow.
At least he saved the cap though. That's the good thing about that, of course.
Yeah, he did that in a good way.
At least he did his job.
I haven't seen anyone using Heartseeker for movement in a year and a half, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember the last time.
Yeah,
I can't,
it's that
in all
long.
honesty.
Kale went for the decap on the quarry, so again, no points for TCG. They're really with the denying. I don't know if he should have gone and try and get the cap there, because the reinforcements are just going to come, but well, he's playing a little bit with them. Sizer could have gone there, Tage could have gone there, but he made it seem like he was going away from the point, so Tage turned around again. Prototype now coming in, so that is the reason why he stayed on point, because he has actually a chance with the Necro on point there. But he's coming in almost down already.
Oh, but he's jumped into Plague form. That's going to really take it. Even though it gives you survivability, you know, you can pop some blinds up so it's not going to get any much damage onto him. It's really, you know, they can range him down a lot quicker than maybe if he was in Death Shroud or something like that, because he's got his fear, of course, and he's going to get downed again. Tex will be pulling out the Elixir S Stomp, and Sizer's going to be chasing Kyle. Kyle really low on HP as well. So it's just having a look at Sizer's perspective, and Kyle getting away there, and he's actually going to be okay. So really, it's still in favour, of course, of Team Exaltation, but the only cap coming into the game now currently is going to be for P and C. Sorry.
Hellstuff did a brilliant job in a 1v1 against Angie War. Managed to almost kill him until Dreze and Tage got in there and screwed up the 1v1 a little bit. But now Tage, of course, can hold a decapped. We have kind of a turned around situation with Texby now protecting the quarry, although Cahill wants to try something there. I don't know if he is really the person that wants to go on the 1v1, almost dying from the conditions, just trying to engage on the point.
That's quite easily happen. Yeah, with against the thief as well. You might remember. But yeah, the conditions are really going to screw him up in that 1v1. The Necro is probably one of the best people to go for that 1v1 if possible.
Yeah, but he's in 2v1 in mid and currently losing, but holding on long enough for Toad to get at least towards the point. Might he get immobilized there? He got slowed down long enough for the cap to go after the really split second we saw after the stomp, and Toad and Tage getting... Wait. No, Toad getting on the point. Toad and Tage. Genius.
Toad and Tage. Sounds
now
like
we have two cap for Piss and Sick. So they could actually get the lead in a couple of seconds if they manage to stay that way. Hellseth getting wailed on, the rest came in, got interrupted. Tage trying Sizer also here to help with the rest. They can't really do that much damage, at least not the two of them. Toad not really counting as that much of a damage there. Cahill coming into the fight now. I think they really want to win the team fight on Waterfall.
Yeah,
Exaltation going for that.
Look how quickly it snuck up on them, though. I mean, it's not a good move from Exaltation. I know they want to get the cap, but unfortunately, you know, the good thing that happened was they were focusing PNC around the map, and it was really working for them in that kind of mode. And now they're actually going to take the lead completely here. I think Prototype tried to go for the decap over on Quarry at the moment. He is going to be 1v1 against the Engineer. For the Engineer will be quite tough in considering the conditions as well. Sorry, Ezra. Oh my God! I think I just completely got the mark wrong there on the map as it's the Engineer rather than the Elementalist.
Did quite a good job against the Elementalist. Cahill now coming in for support. Nice burst on Ezra, immediately going into downstairs there. Missed Vapor forming towards Hellseth to maybe get a rest there. Tage a bit far from the corpse to get that, but actually managing to go against the damage. Cahill wasn't really in a position to apply much damage to the downed Hellseth. To the downed... Who was it? I forgot. Prototype. There we go.
There you go. We're just finishing each other's sentences. It's fine.
Oh.
That's quite sweet, everyone. I think, anyway. So going back before this gets emotional. Toad's really the focus coming down on him there. So many interrupts as well. I wasn't able to get off any stability or anything to try and negate, to try and bring in some healing from Angie War, of course, being there. But just to note something very quickly as well is that Tage is running a different build, and he does run different builds on different maps. He's using Sword, and I will guess that is mainly for the port to get onto points very quickly. He's also going for a 0-0-2-6-6 build, which is going to be concentrated concentrated also around the Sanctuary with the recharge on the consecrations as well. And he's also going for an indomitable courage, which does give a lot of stability, especially in those fights where you need to stay on point, because a lot of ease to knock people off caps here, and that's really helped as well, and is very good for downing, so he doesn't have to actually put the pressure on himself going for downs. Also going for purer voice, where allies affected by shouts have conditions, of course, converted to boons, of course, still running with the soldiers.
We actually got the decap in mid here, so
Nice
we have
job.
for both teams the points ticking equally. A bit of a lead, and of course they are in a spot where they could go for a Lord Rush. They need to be above the 350 point mark, and they could end the game with a Lord Rush. We've already seen the opening of the gate from Cahill on the red side, so they're kind of preparing for it. Now, of course, a brilliant situation for them to actually get the decap. Okay, Tage and Toad are just waiting for other people to come in because they're bored of the 1v1 apparently.
Yeah, that's the way normally
around.
if you stay kind of on point, and or you're a buff or something and you know that no one's going to win there, just kind of staying still and don't waste your cooldowns, because there's absolutely no point.
Because they managed to do something against the decap from Sizer. Now they are really close to the 350 mark, and they're already going for it. NG War.
Oh wow,
and
okay.
Toad going
And
for it. So
Toad.
they are pretty sure. They might really regret that if the points don't come in, but nobody's going for the decap on Waterfall. So if this succeeds, this might really be the deciding point now.
But the thing is, I mean, Angie War, of course, is going to be able to CC, do some damage. Of course, Toad can buff him and also heal and support. So that's good if anyone can come in. Kyle's coming in quite quickly as well. He's low on HP. TC, PNC are really need to try and think about either going for Lord or trying to get some decaps, because the Red Lord is currently on 50% HP, going down quite quickly. Some interrupts can come in as well if he goes for the heal. Just having a look at the Lord again, he's still on 50% HP. Does feel like there's some healing coming on the team. Kyle's gone down, so mainly most of their burst damage is off at the moment. Toad going for the res, but the full heal almost coming from the Red Lord. Size is in as well, so he's going to be able to pick people off. It doesn't feel like Exaltation is going to be able to get this Lord kill, but he's quite low. Size is actually quite low as well. Red Lord is really low HP. He's going to go down. A tiny bit of damage now. Exaltation stealing the game from PNC there.
What was going on with Team Mist there? The reaction was so slow.
I do not know. I think they were fairly convinced that they weren't going to do it. And for a second, with that full heal, I mean, Toad going for the actual res was, in the end, was actually the better decision to go for that in the end.
Yeah, they were all kind of busy with the res and getting the heal through. Whoa! So they still only had three people going to fight against the Lord kill. So still two people on the board and trying to just keep the 2 points they had, keep Graveyard and keep Quarry. They didn't really commit to defending the Lord, and that kind of bit them in the ass. I hope ass is not cursing, or is it? It's not censored on TV.
I'm sure you can curse slightly. I'm sure it's fine. It is getting quite late in the EU, so we're actually, there is a curfew, or a curfew. What's that called? Oh God,
no clue.
Words. A time. Watershed. That's it. 9 o'clock in the UK. So you got 15 minutes, and you can swear your ass off.
Okay.
Oh whoops! You can say ass. Ass is fine. I saw it in Neighbours. So yeah, I'm back on cams at the moment. So we're into Kylo again on our second stream game, guys. We're actually back into it, and I really, in this, of course, we've talked about this before, as you mentioned when we were last in Battle of Kylo. The potential for Thief and Mesmer to port around the map very quickly is directly through the middle of the map is very, very, very likely, and is good for mobility. Pardon me, the only people that can do that on Exaltation, of course, they do have the Ellie, they do have the Thief, but also we have Thief, Mesmer and Ellie on the opposite team as well, if they're running the same thing. Yep, okay. So, what do you reckon, Nick? What do you reckon?
Well, one good thing is definitely that Tage is on his consecration build, because I always think that even if people are really going with the normal shout build in any situations. When they get to Kylo, switch it up to Consecration and preferably, well, the Sanctuary is just strong. There, the knockbacks could really screw people over. We have the teleport from the sword. Wait, did he now actually change? He now changed.
Tage,
Okay.
sorry. Yes, he changes. This is why I like Tage as a Guardian, because he changes his build. He doesn't just stick with shouts and stick with the mace focus and the staff. Sorry, well, obviously staff, but sometimes I'm not sure if I've seen him with shield on this map. I'm not too sure, but shield is quite nice.
I always like the sword ability, the port if you have a target.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it gets you on the point as well, quick, especially mid. Yeah, that's true.
So that's pretty good. Of course, the knockback from a res is really good on the midpoint. If you knock back people there, that can be brilliant because they have to walk around to get back on the clock tower capture point.
Mm-hmm. That's very, 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 very true. Sorry, I was just having a quick look at the chat. It does look like we've got everyone in the map now, so we can discuss. But let's go back into the game. So I will alter the score. It is 1-all. Sorry, 2-all. Wow, we've gone into best of 5. Jesus. So I will adjust that as soon as possible. Nick, if you want to go over the splits for us, that would be awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna have on the blue side Dreze, the Elementalist, going for the cap and not really defend. Well, Toad is kind of going into the direction of possibly doing something against an engage, but it looks like really everybody is focusing, although Texby may be looking for the 1v1. Nah, decides against is waiting a little bit. Is he actually stealthing up? No, we see some people going for the windmill, however. So Mansion is capped, early point taken for the blue team. They can accumulate some points there. TCG now going for the defensive sizes, pulling back Ezra on prototype, as well as Carhail there. Carhail kind of looking for his moment. He wants to take out Sizer, but it's difficult because he's dodging a lot. So really needs to pick his time to engage there.
Yeah, no, sorry, I was just checking the admin's just letting us know about a couple of games, so I do apologise, I kind of wasn't listening to what you just said, but I'm sure it was very, very awesome, and we do have the one cap over at the mention, which I was just having a look. I think Draz has been there for most of the time, and Tex will be currently
we actually got to stomp Angie War down. Cahill now the stomp again. We have the midpoint for the red team. They have just cleared up the windmill, so now they really are in a good situation, kind of positioning themselves between the points. And Helseth going a bit aggressive. Maybe he should not really force a fight there.
Yeah, and especially against Toad, that doesn't really make much sense going against someone who's got...
He's not really forcing a fight there. He's just looking where the people are going, and in the meanwhile, if an enemy walks by, why not put a couple of abilities on them, as long as you're not wasting any long-term cooldowns.
Yeah, that makes absolute sense. Why the hell not, eh? And he did remove a couple of boons there with the Mind Stab as well from Toad, but of course he will be able to get those back quite quickly.
Angie War immediately engaged into the midpoint, and he's against 2 at the moment. That might not have been the best of ideas. Maybe should have waited for his teammates to come back and actually assist him. Now it's a 1v1, so he can, but he's only keeping Taxby busy. He's not gonna knock him off that much to actually get the decap. He's actually having problems with staying on the point, although of course Elixir S, if he needs to pull it, that can be difficult. Helseth now bringing some damage assistance there to help Taxby, so that might be cleared up fairly quickly.
At the moment, it's going to be really, really tough for Exaltation to come back into this game, in my opinion, just because of the mobility that the red team have, and they've got the close in the mid as well. So getting between those 2 points is actually going to be, pretty piss easy, really, to be honest. And now, actually, Helseth's actually being quite offensive, going towards just trying to maybe thinking about putting some pressure over on the mansion point, but just blinking back into the mid to kind of wave away any Exaltation members that potentially might be just trying to get the decap there as well. Prototype looked like he was trying to get a couple of hits off on Helseth there, doing quite well to actually back out of that fight.
They are split up so weird.
I know.
It doesn't really look like they want to engage anywhere. We have a couple of 1v1s on the roof. We had Prototype on the roof, Cahill, Helseth as well. Helseth now going back to actually do something against engage from Toad. AG War now behind him, 3v1 at the moment. Cahill being quick, as he should be as a thief. Now the 3v3, but they're still moving from the point. So I don't know if we're actually gonna. Yeah, the team fight is going on finally. After a lot of running around on the roof of Clock Tower, we have the team fight, and AG War actually using the opportunity and getting the decap on the windmill. Nicely done, and on midpoint as well. Did they get the knockback?
Oh no! I mean, it's fine here at the moment. Just a little bit. I mean, I think Drazzy is doing quite well on this point at the moment. I didn't get on there in time. I'm not sure if it was a knockback or if it was a treb or something like that. I wasn't paying too much attention. I was kind of on windmill with you. But I think Drazzy just jumped onto the point actually, and Lord Helseth is going to indeed go over towards the mansion to get that decap over there. So the points that were coming back. Oh, Drazzy doing a good job.
Nice,
awesome.
Quick enough now. Of course, with the portal, Drazzy can't really leave. He's bound to that point, but we have Prototype on the mid with a fiery great sword, really giving some problems to attack speed. Helseth, now the person that has to stay on the point, could of course get a nice knockback out, but Prototype immediately into the plague form to keep it the way that it's currently.
Oh! Remove the boon on the, I do believe on the shatter there, or someone removed the boon somewhere, and the actual stability came off of that plague. So the stability that was granting him him to be able to stay on that cap is actually removed, and that's a very good job. Look at Helse. Oh, the heal's not come off, been interrupted. Not sure he actually got much of a heal off. Their conditions are going to put him in the down state. The pressure really coming onto him there. A Prototype going down as well. Sizer coming down in there, getting some nice damage, and it looks like Tage. Oh, the rest coming out for Prototype. Looks like Helseth still in the down state, and they're trying to res him. Tage is going to get the res possibly, but the fear coming out from Prototype, and a good job there from Exaltation clearing up on the mid fight, and the comeback is real here in this final game between Exaltation and PNC.
Because AG War won against Ezra, and he's now getting off the stomp. No sign of any help for him to get there, so they are going to get the cap on the second outer point, and in mid it's not looking bad for them.
Really good job.
Helseth going for the 1v1 apparently against a warrior. We've seen some Mesmers who can actually pull that off. It's with a lot of going about and not really doing anything for the cap, but at the moment he doesn't have to. Angie has to stay on the point.
I mean, that's the advantage. Yeah, I mean, the advantage there is that, because Helseth's not got the actual cap, he can just kite around and he can just, run around and do range freely, and the warrior can't jump off point too easily because he might risk the decap. And actually just watching Lord Helseth nail Prototype currently over on the way to windmill to try and support that point from the side. Really nice job there, just bursting him down. Completely off point as well before the team fight even gets a point of engagement, unfortunately for them. But I think Helseth got quite a lot of damage on him there. He is being focused currently by KO, and also Angie War currying in to try and get him finished off. But really good job from Helseth there, just backing out the fight, be quite patient.
And the backstab is down. Helseth goes down, but nice knockback.
Nice res
off the roof.
Good
the
job
is coming
from
through, but he could also get where is Helseth?
He's alive now. Tage actually came in and got the res up. A really strong play there from Tage, doing a nice job. I did believe he used his focus 5 there as well to try and get that res. And from both teams at the moment, some awesome focus and also some awesome damage coming out from both of these guys. Kyle did go down, which meant that Lord Helseth was actually rallied just off point as well. So the pressure is on Exaltation on this windmill point. But we do see mid as well, the 1v1 Drazzy versus Ezra. So that fight is actually going to go on for a considerable amount of time. A couple of decaps coming out, but he's going to be able to recap.
What they're going for, but TCG is noticing that also. Sizer's kind of in a bit of a race with Drazzy now pulling back because he sees that Drazzy noticed that and pulled back to mansion. I thought they would have gone for the midpoint, for the engage on the midpoint a little bit quicker, but Ancient War actually holding out on the point with very little life for a huge amount of time, so they still have the opportunity to keep that neutral, and they have now actually gotten a 60-point advantage.
Good job from Exaltation.
So they could still with the decap if they keep it. Cahill now, okay, what is he doing? He is, if he gets noticed, he's caught in a lot of trouble. But Toad going there, Lord Helseth and Tage taking a bit long to notice him walking through, so they can still keep the decap.
Yeah, this is really, 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 really good job. I mean, Toad just coming in there just as Kyle went off point. They did burst down Sizer quite quickly there, but again, the res coming out from, sorry, it was from Tajan Helsef, I do believe, and Kyle's just going to pull out of that node just to get a bit of HP back. I'm just going to stay on his point of view at the moment is he's going to come back into this fight. He needs to try and get there quite quickly because Toad's down, although he has been quickly rezzed by the rest of the guys. Obviously, Angie War is going to be quite tanky on that point. Tear Prototype has gone into Plague form as well. They need to try and remove his stability if they possibly can. I do believe they did, but he's actually just come out of it as well. So Helsef, at the moment, just having a look at him, looks like he's going to be on the one and focus, doing a nice job of getting on the side of the node there as well to get a little bit less focus on him. Jumping onto the point and low HP as well. Could be a mistake, could pay for it in the end, but doing a good job of kiting away, but the damage coming down.
Going for the decap. Sizer's going for the decap because Drazé is in a 1v1 with Ezra, so he was a bit preoccupied, and that might he's still
again.
Quick enough. He's
Good
still
job.
quick enough. The distance is just not far enough, and especially the point of view you have from it, that if you aren't really focused on your fight, you can see them coming a mile away.
Yeah, that's a really, he got lucky there. I mean, so many. Look, Ezra's coming over. He's coming over now to actually try and help Sizer over on this mention point to try and get that done. Now, I wonder if Exaltation are aware that that midpoint is currently open. Now, the communication needs to come out. They need to try and kill Lodzed. Oh, yes, he's gone to the mid. Good job from him. And it does look like... Does it look like they're coming back to the mid? No, they're going to switch caps, it looks like. Even though Exaltation are ahead at the moment, it looks like there will be a cap coming out from PNC quicker than Exaltation, especially as Sizer is now on the midpoint, 1 versus 1 on Kyle. So going to drop into Sizer's point of view, and I think he's going to take him, actually. Oh, Kyle doing a good job just stealthing off point with that powder as well. So we've still got the 1 cap each. And it's actually just changed, just the opposite sides of the map.
It is only a 60-point advantage currently, but now with the cap, I thought KO would engage again. On this map, without any side objectives, like the creatures, like a Lord Rush, really a small amount of points can be a pretty strong lead, because it's hard to get that back. You just need to play the caps to get back into the lead. So 60 points are pretty much on this map, but with the 2 cap, they're now at a great point to turn this back around into their favor, and they just need to hold it. But in mid, Taxby got feared off the point for too long. They got the decap again, and it's looking good for Exaltation. They are really at the points when they leave them alone.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what's important. And the rotation, I do feel like, especially with Drazé as well, he's been watching that back cap so quickly, and when he realizes he's going to lose that cap, he's kept the Fire Great Sword and he's got it out, and he's used that free ability and any speed he possibly can to get back to that cap as soon as he possibly can. The only way he's lost it really completely is because he's been 2v1'd over on that node, and now the pressure is coming over towards the windmill at the moment, and Exaltation need to think about trying to get some more people onto this cap as soon as possible. Angie War going down, and the Plague form is out again from Tear Prototype to try and bunker down on that point as much as possible. Quite a few boons as well, so he's going to be okay for a bit of time. Kyle is there in the background as well, trying to pick his targets to burst, maybe onto Texaby if he possibly can, or Helsef is an option as well. We do see Toad coming in as well, which is a really good rotation for him to do. It's important that he's in that team fight to offer up all the support he possibly can. We are currently in the down state of Tear Prototype, who has gone down indeed, so they are outnumbered currently on this node. We do see the 1v1 in mid still, but Tage really is not sure he's in the right place.
Yeah, he doesn't necessarily need to be in the team fight, because at the moment Team S is really just going for the damage, just trying to get the people off the windmill as quickly as possible. Angie War now immediately re-engaging. We've got the Elixir Stomp from Taxby there, so they really need to move quickly. They need to get the decap in there, otherwise this game is done in about 25 points, and a lorry is driving by somewhere.
It's my house. That's actually a car. That's bad. But look, the kills that they're getting over on the windmill is really making up for the fact that they have this cap. I mean, they've got the cap, but because PNC are actually focusing so much.
Is it actually that they are 3 stomps away?
Yeah, Draz is down as well. Angie War's getting low with no cooldowns whatsoever. Prototype's at mid. Needs to try and fear him off and try and get the kill there as soon as possible.
Oh, it's really close. They got the stomp on Angie War. They've got the stomp on
good lord.
Draz. Health might go down.
No, it's 5 points. It's not enough.
It's not gonna do it.
That's so close. Absolutely amazing how close that game was. 5 points, guys. 5 points, some stomps. So actually TCG going for the kills there in the team fight really pulled them back, but unfortunately not enough. PNC, not enough for them to come back into this game. And we're going to see Exaltation going through to the next round.